So good morning, everyone. Please find yourself a comfortable seat. If you haven't, any seat that you can feel relatively still in, or get your wiggles out and whatever you need to do to be able to come to relative stillness, called in yoga kaya stadium, that stilling of the physical form, so that we can drop in and sense our other forms, our energy body, our breath, our thoughts and emotions beyond the body. So, of course, all of that lives within the body, thoughts and emotions, that is. And that's largely why we're here, to tend to all the layers of being, to our thoughts, emotions, to our physical form, and to our breath. The breath, the breath, the breath. Life force flowing in and out of form. Life, lifing itself to us, through us, as us. The breath as our first and last teacher. The breath as possibly our greatest healing medicine. And it's obvious, right? We need breath to live. What's not so obvious is that most people are not actually breathing properly. And that may be extra happening for so many of us right now. I've been saying California, but then I've also been investigating and realizing how widespread the fires are right now, and that when the world is on fire around us, we will instinctually inhibit our breath a bit. We may feel anxious, our nervous system is on alert, and whenever our nervous system's on alert, so whether it's fire or emotional stuff, we tend to grip a little bit and not breathe as deep and full, because we don't want to be affected by the fire, whether it's physical or emotional. We tend to contract around these things. So let our practice be a safe haven for the expansiveness of our being, for remembering who we are beyond the body, for celebrating the fullness of what it is to be alive in a body, and for celebrating the fullness of the breath and finding where else the breath can go. So I invite you to hold your hands on your belly, or your belly and your heart. And just bring your awareness to your breath. And take pause to notice that when you intend to breathe deep and full, how much deeper and fuller the breath is. And how much deeper and fuller is it? Check it out. So, studies say that our breath can be 7 times deeper and fuller than most people's average regular breath is. 7 times. That the amount of circulation that gives to the body is another heartbeat's worth of circulation. And the science is also that we're actually supposed to be breathing that deep and full and having that much more circulation. So when we don't, digestive issues, heart issues, emotional issues, all the things. Our emotional centers are also right here. So when we are gripping or stagnant with our digestion, then that's going to feel stagnant or gripped or have issues like depression, anxiety, and so forth as well. So I hope you never get tired of me talking about the breath. I never get tired of studying about it because there's always something new, learning how much is affected by the breath. So this morning, I want your breath to be so delicious for you. I want your breath to be so huge and nourishing, so soothing and exciting. Big full breaths in the nose and out the nose or out the mouth. I've also recognized that sometimes as I'm talking and leading breath through the nose, as I'm talking, I tend to inhale more through the mouth. So I'm going to actually attempt to slow my talking down so that I can pause and breathe in the nose. Because I really want to encourage you as much as you can to nostril breathing. It is far less dehydrating and able to be deeper and fuller. So the exhale can be out the mouth, especially in our cultures. We tend to grip in the mouth. And the exhale has moisture on it, so it's not so dehydrating. And just let that exhale be as complete as you can, empty, as complete as you can without force, without struggle. And therefore, the next inhale will be deeper and fuller. Fill up your hands, feel your hands rise with the expanse of the breath into the belly, into the chest. Feel the hands, the chest, the belly soft and relaxed, drawing in as you exhale. And again, continue to extend that exhale to draw the pelvic floor up and the navel back. Some of the very oldest writings found around the world actually give warnings about mouth breathing, about how the sacred breath or the healing breath, the breath that we want to be sure to take, is through the nose. There's warnings about mouth breathing throughout time and space. I'm currently reading a book called Breath by James Nestor, which I highly recommend. His research is really well done. Lots of talk about the mouth breathing so far, just in the beginning. And also My Grandmother's Hands by Resma. Oh, I'm forgetting his other name right now, but also talking about embodied trauma, how the trauma is in the body and how to really heal trauma, we need to be moving the body. And so much of that is about how we've gripped in the body around feeling things, trying not to feel things. Because previously it's been dangerous to. And so we reclaim our power. We heal ourselves on so many levels simply by finding where else we can bring the breath and how much deeper and fuller the breath can be. So, with that, I invite you to bring your hands to your lower back and hold your lower back. And you could lean forward a bit if it helps, or just imagine your breath into the lower back. See if you can even get a sense of expanding, like you do at the belly, into your hands in the low back. You might notice as you breathe, especially for extended periods, deeper and fuller, that there's lightheadedness or emotions that come up, or any sort of distraction to try to inhibit the breath again, because it's where the body mind is comfortable being. We're always geared towards homeostasis, which means not necessarily our original state, but what we're used to. So we play with this practice in resetting that homeostasis. Stay with the lower back as long as you like, especially if you have lower back stuff going on. And when you're ready, let's go into the upper back a bit. So bring the hands in front of you and push into the earth or your desk or whatever you've got going on there, and slide the scapula off the back and breathe into the space behind your heart. Breathe between the shoulder blades. See if you can get that same sense of puffing up, of lift there that you did do from your chest breath. And to help move the breath into the areas that are less used, so we're often breathing full into the belly, then you can engage as you inhale a bit, engage the navel, and send the breath up again instead into any of these other areas. And this, when we're standing and having our hands on the knees, or sitting and pressing in somewhere and rounding a bit the back body, like when you're running and you innately stop and do this. This is called a recovery breath often, because really we have the most capacity for our breath in the back body and rarely pay attention to that, except maybe some of us yogis. Let's move into the side body as you're ready. Slide up and bring one hand cross body to your ribs, and lift that other arm up and over into a side bend. Turn the face chest open a bit, press into that sit bone of the side you're holding, and reach up out of that sit bone. Again, see if you can expand the side ribs and lungs. You might engage that navel as you inhale a bit. And feel how you can get even more telescoping, or lift, lift, lift out of each of the ribs and stretching out those intercostal muscles. Let's try to keep those big full side body breaths going, but you can bring that holding hand down to the floor and press in, maybe get a little more length in that side. And let's play with arm vinyasa here. Open face chest to the sky as you exhale, reach away, heavy head, and stretch that neck shoulder connection out. Inhaling, open circle. Exhale to close the circle. One more full circle. And then swoop on back up. And let's switch the arms. Hold your other side waist. Reach that other arm up and over. Pull the breath down into the bottom tip of the lung. Reach up out of that hip there and expand the ribs and lungs up and into your hand. Again, maybe begin your inhale and then give a little pull back of the navel and send the breath more fully into side body. Again, stay with that as you like, or slide that holding hand down. Keep reaching that top arm up and over, pressing into that sit bone. Follow any inhale to open arm, face, chest. And exhale to reach away. Heavy bottom ear, getting that neck shoulder release there. Follow your breath. Last full circle. And then let it sweep you back up. Hopefully you're sitting up high enough that you're still comfortable in your seat. I know it's a long seat when we do breath practice in the beginning, but so it is. Let's center in, press in, shoulders on the back, lift your heart. This practice is so much about the breath that, yeah, again, I hope that you can feel comfortable in your seat enough to just be present with the breath before we ask the body to do all kinds of big things and be present with the breath. So press into the palms, shoulders on the back, lift your heart up. And begin to conjure your yes for today. Any word, mantra, or image that lights you up inside. May the energy and effort of this practice nourish this yes. May it be the fuel for this yes. That we easily ripple our yes out into the world to be a blessing and offering of benefit to those around us and beyond and beyond. May all beings everywhere be happy, joyous, and free. Exhale and pour your breath out. Inhale your heart's yes, if you will. Join me, one great Om. And to invoke the blossoming of your fullness, if you will, press into pinkies and thumbs and blossom your fingers open into a lotus mudra, symbolizing here that lotus of the heart, the lotus of your being, shining, rippling, unfurling itself out into the world with courage, with curiosity, no matter what's happening or isn't. The sound of Hring, the Bija mantra of the heart. Exhale and empty. Inhale your heart's yes. Brilliant blossom of you all around you, all out into the world. Let's continue to play with that unfolding as much as you can. I'm sure I'll say it a lot, but anyways, throughout the practice, breath in the nose, long and slow as you can. Breath as completely out as you can without forcing or struggling. And let's begin standing today. Oh, here's where I really, really, really miss my musician, besides partnership, is the shake out. So I'll figure out the music at some point and have some music on for us all. Not for now. Put your own music on or have some music in your head. I always got music in my head. So we're just going to shake out all the limbs, shake out all the parts, shaking out. You've probably seen it. It's what the animals do. I see my lighting is off. Okay. It's what the animals do whenever something bad happens, whenever they get scared. They shake it out and they move on, move on, move on. Come on, lights. On. No? Okay, that's why they're not on. All right. Shake it, shake it, shake it. All the parts. Maybe make some noise with that. Maybe jump around a little bit. Hey, downstairs neighbor. Shake as long as you like. When you're ready, begin to come towards stillness and feel your feet on the earth. And just pulse with that a little bit. Feel your aliveness, that energy just cultivated from shaking. Notice if anything else wants to move through, feel free to move it. And just pulse. When you're ready, feet, toes, heels, maybe a little rock into the toes, a little rock into your heels, a little rock to one side, a little rock to the other. Feel your feet connected to the earth, your body as part of the earth, held, healing. Exhale, root down as evenly as you can. Find all four corners of your feet and all of your toes. Little hug, lift your arches, lift your kneecaps, but keep a little bounce in your knees. Lift your quadriceps, lift your navel, lift your heart. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Big breaths in the nose and out the nose or the mouth as long as your jaw is soft. Continue in that way. Deep, full breaths in the nose, out the mouth, flying. If you want to challenge that with your feet, inhale as you rise up. Exhale, heels down, arms down, breath down at the same rate as much as you can. Let's just do a couple more of those. And again here, let's go into the side body. So we're going to slide the right hand down, and you might kind of make a fist there and pull up, literally giving some feedback, a little pressure with the hand there as you peel open that left side body. And that should be your inhale. It's just hard to do while talking. Inhaling here. Exhale, come on back. Again, inhale as you peel open that side body. And then reach up and over. Again, inhale here. Exhale, pull up from strong core as you come back. Let's just go with the breath side to side now. You could do the peel or just slide up and over. Last set. And back to center. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. Hands steady together, drawing the sky down through the mind down into the heart, and then turn your palms down, fingers point down, chin down. Let your arms get heavy, let your head get heavy. Strong feet hugging the earth, arches lift, kneecaps lift, quadriceps lift. Head is heavy, heavy, heavy as we drip our way down to the earth. Keep your feet strong, some muscular action lifting up through the legs and up through the navel. As you come into the forward fold, we're lifting the navel with some core strength, kind of like you're hurling yourself over the strength of your legs, and bow in. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Inhale your back body. Exhale. Next inhale, lift arches, knees, quads, navel. Let's roll on up. All the way up, one inhale, full length of breath, rising to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Fingertips pour down, head pours down. Bottom of the exhale, the breath out there. Again, inhale, lift arches, knees, quads, navel, roll up. Gather up and exhale, center in and roll down. Full length of the exhale all the way out. Pause in the emptiness at the bottom. Inhale, roll up. Exhale back down. We're going to go a few more times. Last time. At the bottom, pause to breathe into your back body. You could have the knees bent as much as you need here. Heavy head, heavy arms, bowing into yourself. Soft jaw, soft tongue. Let's play here a bit. Press the fingers into the earth, blocks, or your shins, and really use that press to lengthen your spine. Bend the knees as much as you need to work lower back in, shoulders on the back, reach your heart forward. There's your inhale, and as you exhale, fold. Let your breath lead. 4 more. Inhale, press in, lengthen out. Exhale, bow in.
Kat, if you have a block handy, this could be a good place for you. All forward folds, anytime the legs are together, to squeeze a block between the legs and spin it back a little bit. And that goes for anyone having um, any kind of issues really in the lower back or the SI joint, or helping to engage the muscular strength that's going to help the hamstrings to release more. So whenever we're trying to release muscles, especially a big set of muscles like the hamstrings, you want to engage elsewhere to give that support. It's like the rooting of our feet or whatever our foundation is to open another area. The muscles of the quadriceps and the feet are going to help to give support to the opening of the back of the legs, as well as that core work as we squeeze in. Everyone, if you've got, imagine you've got a block there and spin that block back and hug onto that block to reach the navel forward and over. So that squeeze, or that imagined squeeze onto a block, is going to help to activate the muscles in the legs and the core, widening your sit bones, pouring the pelvis forward, finding more length from there, from the pelvis, lower back, through the spine, and eventually you can just feel like you're dripping down and not forcing anything here. A couple more breaths, pulsing in and out, or just resting in the forward fold. And I want you all to imagine still that you've got a block between your thighs, but we're going to step the feet along. So reach that left foot back, right foot is forward into a lunge, and pull the feet towards one another. Squeeze onto your block and spin that block behind you. So the tailbone lifts up a bit. Inner thigh spin out, back, and away, and the spine lengthens out of that space that you've made in the sacrum. And also, again, if there's any low back or SI stuff, it can be really helpful to hug in here. Keep that connection of hips and low back all in order, even as we find asymmetrical poses. So slow and steady there, deep full breaths. When you're ready, hug in and press down into your feet. Rise up, high lunge. If you'd like, this could be warrior one with the back heel down. Squeeze your hips square and press them down. Lift and lengthen up out of the waist. Stretch out through the back heel. I'm going to switch legs just because I don't want to be facing away from you. I want to be able to see you. So I'm switching legs. Still right leg forward. Squeezing hips square. Level them out. Lift up out of the waist. When you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up. And maybe hook your thumbs or clasp your palms and then pull on whatever hold you have. Work your shoulders onto the back. Lift your heart. Bend deep into that front knee as you keep reaching out through the back heel. We want to keep that squeeze to center. We don't want to just collapse into that. Then the low back's going to collapse. So squeeze, hug in, strong core, squeeze onto that block, spin it back, and lift up out of the waist, lift up out of the lower back, and breathe here. Breath practice right here. Where else can you get the breath to go here? Can you smooth that exhale out a little more, lengthen it out a little more, deepen the inhale a little more? Inhale and stretch out there. As you exhale, let's bring the back heel down and parallel the back foot, or even just turn the toes in a little bit. A warrior two stance, Virabhadrasana 2. And pull back from the top hand a bit so that you've got a nice plumb line here. The middle head, middle chest, middle hips, torso's all in a nice clear alignment. Front knee is directly over that ankle as much as you can. And you could lift the arms up to let the shoulders relax down. Hands could stay there or out. I like to work palms up to help the scapula keep rolling down. Deep full breaths here.
And let's go dancing warrior. Slide that back arm down the back leg. Push into the back leg to rebound up out of that. Lift your heart and reach that top arm up and back toward overhead behind you. Keep the front knee deep and wide. Pull up with that top arm. Breathe into the bottom tip of that lung. 3 more breaths. You can look down at the back foot or up at the top hand. It's up to your neck today. Last bright inhale here. Excuse me. And then follow your exhale to pull up from the core and right elbow to that right thigh. Press the thigh wide and roll face chest open. Elbow could stay on the thigh or inside it. Hand could also be on a block. Keep trying to roll those bottom ribs, face chest to the sky. Lay back from the top shoulder, ears in line with the shoulders, and reach that top arm forward. Push into the outside of the foot, stretch through the fingers. Big side body breath. Last big inhale here. And then exhale, push into that front foot, straighten the leg as much as you can. Maybe the fingers come to your shin or a block or behind the leg. Scoop the shoulder blades down the back and lay back. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Hands straight up and down. Or play here. That top arm could reach way back towards the, I was going to say window, but that's not necessarily so for you. Reaching back past your seat there and let the bottom ear get heavy. Here you could roll the top arm, roll the head, soft jaw, let the next shoulder release happen. Stay with that. Or arm vinyasa, big circles, getting that side body, open heart, next shoulder. If you want more next shoulder, possibly you swoop that top arm around, hold your bottom thigh, scoop that shoulder blade down the back, and drop the bottom ear towards the shoulder. Breathe that next shoulder release. Stay with that, or you could reach the bottom arm forward. No more core work there. Maybe both arms forward. Whole lot more core work there. Even here in the core work, try to lengthen the breath out. Pull back up from the top hand, bend back in, warrior two. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, windmill it down, pivoting back to low lunge. Inhale your low lunge. Exhale, pull that front foot up into the core. Lift it up and slow and steady step it back. Plank pose, top of a push-up. You can lower the knees if you need to. You can lower the forearms if you choose. 4 more breaths here. Big inhale, shift forward and pull your elbows and shoulders straight back, lower for 5, 4, all the way to the belly, 2, and 1. Push into your feet, stretch legs back, point your toes straight back. Hands under the shoulders, pull with your hands, elbows and shoulders straight back, push into your pubic bone and sacrum and lift your navel, lift your heart, open into cobra. Breath practice here, or if this pose is intense for you for any reason, mellow it, pull the elbows back further, lower down more, or just come in and out of it. Few more breaths, holding at your edge or pulsing in and out. Most importantly, chest is wide. Breathe wide across the wings of your heart. Follow your next exhale back into child's pose. Toes together, knees wide. Push your hips back and breathe your lower back. Big inhale there. Strong hands out in front of you as wide as the shoulders, toes under. Exhale up and back, downward dog. Relax the neck, any little movements you need, and then find relative stillness to completely focus on your breath. 3 breaths. You could use that lion's breath to cleanse energetically and physically here. Last inhale. Exhale deep, bend the knees. Empty of breath, hop or step forward. Inhale, hop forward. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, hop forward. Exhale, fold. Once again. And then take your time as you're ready. Make your way into second side, left foot forward, right foot back, squeeze to center. I'm going to switch my orientation. And pull those feet towards one another. Again, find that block, if you will. Squeeze it with your thighs and then spin that block back behind you with your thighs. Keep that muscular action of feet hugging together as you do. Left hip, your outer hip muscle pulling back. Breathe. Long line of energy through the back heel and out through the crown of the head. Big inhale here. As you exhale next, push down through your feet, squeeze the hips, pull up from your pelvic floor, and come to hands on hips. Bend the back knee as much as you need to get tailbone down, navel up, and stretch the back heel back as you're able. Back knee, foot could come down as you like to ground yourself. Front knee as much as you can, right over that ankle. Square those hips up, squeeze your block, spin it back, root down to rise up. Take your time. When you're ready, arms up. Again, maybe hooking thumbs or clasping the hands and pull on whatever hold you have to get your shoulders on the back. Keep that hug to center and deep full breaths here. Any variation of high lunge or warrior one. Big inhale, stretch that out. As you exhale, let's pivot that back foot down, back heel down, back foot parallel at the back of your mat, and arms out. Bend into front knee again as much as you can right over the ankle. And maybe lift the hands up a bit, then relax the shoulders down. Try to keep the shoulders easy like that. Hands can come to wherever you like. Gazing out over that front hand, hugging into center. Whew. Maybe pull back a little from the top hand and find that plumb line of your neutral spine, aligned torso. Breathful here in the nose, out the nose or the mouth. It's up to you. As long as the jaw is soft. One more breath cycle here. Next inhale, dancing warrior, stretch it out, push into that back leg, lift up out of the waist from that push in and reach from the front knee, that top arm up and back. Deep full breaths as you pull the breath into the bottom tip of that lung. Big inhale here, last two. Again, maybe look down at the back foot or up at the hands, up to you. And follow your next exhale to lift from your pelvic floor, from your navel, and shift, transition into your side angle. Press into that thigh with your elbow, either up on it or maybe coming down inside it. Root into the outside, that back foot, the arch is lifted. Lift from the echo of that back arch, lifting your heart, and lay back a bit. Stretch fingers from the outside, that back foot, towards overhead as far as you can. Long, long side body breath. Bring the breath again deep into the bottom tip of that lung. Last couple breaths here. Inhale, bright there. As you exhale, push into that top foot, squeeze those inner thighs together, straighten that leg as much as you can, and maybe that bottom hand comes behind the leg or to the shin. Scoop the shoulders down the back, lift your heart, and lay back, ears in line with the shoulders. Stay there, or reach that top arm behind you, back past your seat, and let your bottom ear go heavy to the shoulder. Soft jaw, and then here you could roll through the head and the arm gently as you like at that neck shoulder release. Again, with the jaw very soft. Stay with that, or swoop on through, arm vinyasa, inhaling, reaching forward, open to the sky, reaching back, moving with the breath. Stay with that arm vinyasa as you like, or if you want that little extra juice in the neck shoulder connection, if you did on the other side, swoop that top arm around, hold your inner thigh or hip crease, whatever you could get there, even just pressing into the lower back, and work the top shoulder on the back, drop the bottom ear down, soft jaw, let it go. Stay with that, or possibly really hug the legs into the core and reach the bottom arm forward. Possibly both arms forward. Last 3 breaths. Last inhale as you exhale, pull up from that top hand and come back. Warrior 2. Inhale brightly here. As you exhale, windmill the arms down and into your low lunge. Squeeze to core. Lift that front foot up into the core and step back, plank pose. Again, 5 breaths in plank. Any variation of plank. Big inhale, shift forward, pull elbows and shoulders back. Exhale, lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, to earth or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra, 3 breaths. And make your way back with your exhale to child's pose or down dog, whatever's right for you. And sorry about the sound there. And stretch back. Long spine and deep full breaths in down dog. You can take any movements there that you need to. Inhale, stretch back, and as you exhale, bend deep into the knees, empty of breath, hop or step forward. Inhale, hop forward. Exhale, fold. Maybe wrap the arms around the legs or hold your elbows or head and bow in a few breaths before we switch modes.
We're going to pick up the pace for just like 10 minutes or so, maybe, and then come down to ground. After this hug, deep, full breath, self hug. Next exhale, relax the arms. So relaxed, I couldn't say the X. And hug in, lifting arches, knees, quads, navel, root to rise, roll on up. Press into your feet, open wide and gather up. And exhale, center and focus. Hands to the heart. So we're going to take a standing flow, all those same poses, except this time we're going to move into half moon, standing split, maybe little hops towards handstand, some pulsation and standing split, and then down to sit. We'll do that on each side. So a little quick flow each side with a grounding at the end. The final grounding on the second side will turn into our final grounding of this practice. So you may want to have a block at either end of your mat if you, or some furniture or whatever, if you know that you need a block for this here shape. Also, you could bend into that top knee, front knee, standing leg as much as you need in order to support yourself there. And it is a challenge place. We won't be there too long, so don't worry about it. All right, from standing, down, inhale, gather. Exhale, center and focus all the energy of the practice down through your mind down into your heart. Breathe and repeat your heart's yes, I am, and hopper step that wide. Superstars, I am. Feeling that love and revolution shining through your body in this great turning that we are all thriving through together, and so may it be. Big inhale, stretch out. Exhale, bend the right knee, pivot, or whichever one you like. Sink in, warrior two. All the breath out. Inhale, stretch it back, dancing warrior, couple breaths. Big bright inhale here. As you exhale, side angle, your variation, couple breaths. Big inhale there as you exhale, Trikonasana, triangle, your variation, couple breaths. Exhale, top hand to your hip, bend into the front knee, shift forward, pulling the back foot in, and that front hand stands about 8 inches or less than 12 anyways, outside of your foot, 45 degrees from the pinky toe, and then pull back foot up into the core as much as you can at hip height. And scoop the shoulders down the back, lift the heart as much as you can. Everything's in alignment there, ears, shoulders, ribs, hips, and heel. And by alignment, I mean this front plane. It doesn't have to be on the same parallel alignment, but the plane. Staying with that, or if you'd like, you could bend into the top knee, kick back, squeeze the shoulders on the back, lift your heart. Stay with that, or when you're ready, you can release that top foot and hand to the ground and rotate the hips to point to the ground, standing split. Push that top foot up to the sky. It can be helpful to release the head here, looking up towards the top foot so the neck is released, head is heavy. Stay there with that, or maybe a little bounce, walking the hands forward a foot and a half or two. Strong fingers claw, inhale, and as you exhale, squeeze the inner thighs, pull up from the top foot. Squeeze those inner thighs, exhale, off the earth, pull up. Few more. I know I can't count. Inhale, stretch the top leg up. Exhale, tuck that top knee behind the bottom knee and curl in, looking under that armpit. Inhale, push up through the top foot, spiraling open, looking under the other armpit. Exhale, tuck and spiral in. Inhale, press open. Exhale, spiral and tuck. 2 more. And then come all the way down. So bring that back knee outside of your standing foot and come down to sit. I know all that isn't for everyone, but we will always get back to a point that is for everyone. So pause where you need to, and thank you for staying in the practice, and even just standing or sitting and breathing at any point, always welcome. Hug into the top knee. If you're rounded in the low back, please sit up on something. Wherever you're at, use the hug of the top knee to wiggle into your sits bones. If your bottom knee doesn't like this, you could try sitting up higher, support that shin, or extend the legs straight out in front of you. Root to rise. Find the fullness of your breath here in the nose. Press down into your sits bones. As you inhale, lift as tall as you can, right hand or top leg hand next to that hip. Press in, lift tall, 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 and spiral towards that front leg, squeezing low back, low belly together, lifting the heart, spiraling, looking back behind you. You could stay there or reach that left arm or opposite arm as your top leg up and over and add. Again, rooting to rise. Feel into all points of contact. Lift tall as you inhale and exhale, spiral. Last couple breaths. Can they be any deeper or fuller here? Where else can the breath go here as we contract all of the organs? Squeeze and wring them out. Detox. Follow any inhale to lift up, unwind, counter twist. Press in to lengthen. Stay up or bring that leg down to the earth. Bow in and press your hips back. Big inhale here. Next exhale, lift from the navel, walk the hands up, drape up, push into your top foot, and unwind into forward fold. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. That was the shake out sound. Inhale, hug muscles to bones. Exhale, lift arches, knees, quads, navel, root to rise. Press into the earth at the top. Open wide and gather up. And exhale, center. And focus in. Take pause, press into the hands, work your shoulders wide, lift your heart, breathe, and repeat your heart's yes. And then think about what side of the mat you want to be facing so that you hop into your I am, your superstar in that direction. Bam! Superstars all around. Yeah. Shine it out, hug it in, shine it out. May our remembering our I am ripple out, that all beings remember their I am, that we find those places where we connect, where we serve, where we uplift. Big inhale here, second side into your warrior two, sink it in. Knee right over the ankle, torso in alignment with itself, with the hips, hug in. Inhale, dancing warrior, couple breaths. Follow your exhale, side angle, your variation. Follow your exhale, push into that front foot, straighten the leg, find the variation for the bottom arm. That's right for you. Scoop shoulders down the back, lay back, Trikonasana triangle, couple breaths.
Next exhale, top hand to your hip, bend into the front knee, and bring that hand about 45 degrees from your pinky toe, 6 to 12 inches. Pull the back foot up into the core, and as much as you can at hip height, scoop the shoulders down, lay back, try to find that alignment there. Top arm could come up or stay on the hip. Maybe top leg bends and you reach back for the ankle or foot, kick back, squeeze shoulders, lift heart. Please stay with that as you like, or unwind that. Send the top leg to the sky, both hands to the floor, square your hips to the floor, and push up through the top leg as you bow into the bottom leg. Let the head go so the head's heavy and you can really look up towards that top foot. Often helps it release a little more. Stay with that, standing split, or walk the hands forward a foot and a half or two. Inhale, claw your fingers. Exhale, pull that bottom foot up into the core. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Inhale, stretch up, standing split. Exhale, tuck that top knee behind the bottom knee, spiraling in, looking under that armpit. Inhale, press in, spiraling open, looking under other armpit. Exhale, spiral in, tuck, squeeze the breath out. Spiral open, breathe in. 3 more. And take your time. The next time that you exhale and come down, bring that top knee outside of your bottom foot and come to sit. Again, please support yourself as needed, lifting the hips up to try to get the pelvis forward and find ease in your hips and knees here. Hug in to your top knee. Lift up through your heart. Breathe into your sits bones and lift and lengthen up out of that. Find the fullness of breath here. When you're ready, spiral it. Root down, pressing into the earth next to your hip. Let your spine lift with each inhale, lengthening as much as you can. Root to rise. Press into those spots of connection to bounce off them and see if you can lift the heart more. And really squeeze low belly, low back together. Core is engaged here. Let the breath wash you. Letting go breath. Last couple breaths here. And if your body asks you to stay longer, please do. Otherwise, inhale, open twist, hugging into that top knee or pressing into it. Lift and lengthen up, up, up. And spiral twist, open twist. Staying upright or press the hips back, long spine. Bow in. And follow any exhale to drape on up. And now stack your knees up. We'll do some grounding, hip opening stuff here. So again, we want 0 sharp knee pain. So sit up higher if you need to, if there's any sharp knee pain. Or extend the lower leg out. Support your shins so the ankles are straight and strong. That's going to help the knees stay in alignment. Pain means something's out of alignment. So listen. And we need to learn to differentiate between pain and sensation, like what's likely happening in your hips right now. If you would give that a big smile, that is sensation. Inhale, pull lower back in, lift the heart. Most likely it's sensation. When it's bone on bone and it's pain, you'll probably know, and it's rare. So with the knees stacked, either both folded or extended, you could just stay here and breathe and be with your hips, or we'll come a little more into the back body and deeper into the hips by moving this. You could move this by leaning forward simply, or also add the arms. Inhale the arms up, and same arm as your leg, same leg, same arm on top. So left leg's on top, left arm's on top, and or right for you. And big hug, crossing the arms over and pull down, ground yourself. Whenever the body crosses over itself, we're helping calm the nervous system. That's why we do that when we're nervous or when we're being self-protective. Our body knows what it needs. We just have to give it the spaciousness to inform us. Stay with that, or keep the crossover as much as you can and spiral into eagle arms, elbows up, shoulders down, hands away from the face. Breathe here. So you could have the hug here or the eagle arms, or just be with the hips. Stay upright or lead forward from the elbows, lower back in, heart forward. You could rest the elbows on the knees and the head in the hands, maybe the thumbs and the crooks of the eyes, or forehead into the hands. Or maybe you could slide the elbows over the knees, heavy arms, and rest your head in that top arm or onto your knee. And breathe your big breaths in your nose. Soft jaw, soft tongue, sounds encouraged to vibrate your body clear. Couple more breaths here. Is there one more layer of gripping, or maybe two, that you can melt, let go of? And follow any inhale to unwind the arms and drape up and give your neck, shoulders, mouth a nice little roll around. And then shift the weight back and open the bottom foot up. As much as you can here, we want to stack ankle over knee. So again, here, if this rolls your pelvis back, please sit up higher. You'll be really happy you did. Support yourself in a good way and flex the feet strong so the ankles are straight and strong. Again, keeping your knees safe and feeding that stretch up into the hips rather than letting the smaller joints take that. With this also, the lower leg could be extended and your ankles just up over the top knee. Press into feet with your hands. Press the balls of the feet back into your hands. So a little press resist. It's going both ways. Isometrics to help spin thighs out, back, and away. Widen in the sacrum and reach your heart forward. Deep, full breaths. You could stay there if it's really intense. You could inhale up out of it. Exhale back towards it or into it. Pulsing with that, or elbows to ankle and knee. Maybe elbows bend and you bring the thumbs to the crooks of the eyes and draw the head forward, long spine. Or walk the arms forward. Maybe stack up a block or elbow and fist here and rest your head. Any spot that's right for you, that's breathful for you. Where can you find that breathfulness? And notice if you rest your head somewhere, your neck muscles are going to be able to relax more. Find as much ease in this efforting as you can. Letting go breaths in the nose, and for this part I highly encourage out the mouth. 4 more long, full breaths. Oh, that sensation. Alive in a body today. Follow your breath when you're ready. Drape on up. Extend your legs out together or wide, enough room to windshield wiper your legs. Let all your joints go. And then we'll go second side. Opposite ankle, opposite knees are stacking up. Hug into your top knee. Lift the lower back up, lift and lengthen up out of your spine. So this will be top leg, if that was in the direction of your first twist, which was so long ago now. And stay here, simply being with the hips. Maybe you rock forward a little bit to get the pelvic bowl forward. You could press into the feet or pull on the earth to do that. And then really root down to rise up, press into feet and sits bones. Big long spine, long breath, soft jaw, tongue, shoulders. Stay with that. Modify as need, please. So there's happy knees. And then when you're ready, if you'd like to, adding the arms, inhale, arms up, same top arm as your top leg. Big, big hug. Cross the arms over as far as you can. Nice free massage moment there if you'd like. Massaging into the tops of the shoulders or around your scapula, a little palpation. Stay with that or pull the arms down and ground. Receive the weight of the arms, this weight on the chest, also really relaxing to anxiety, to the nervous system. So please stay with that as you like, or spiral eagle arms, elbows up, shoulders down, hands away from the face, and reach forward from the elbows, maybe resting elbows on knees, head in hands, possibly sliding elbows over knees, head in the arms. Wherever your edge is, melt there. If you can't melt there, if you can't breathe deep and full there, back up a bit. Back up to a spot that was easy and breathful. It is not necessary to go to the same place on both sides if your body says no, or ever to go where I'm going or anywhere else is going. These are just suggestions. One step at a time. Find your edge. If you go over that edge to where you're not breathing, just back it up. Soften it. Don't run away from the whole thing, but just back it up a little bit. Where is their effort and ease? Letting go breaths. Last breath or two here. And then follow an inhale to unwind the arms and drape up and give your neck, shoulders, mouth just nice fluid roll around. Switch the weight back and bring the bottom heel out and stack up as much as you can. Ankle over knees, nice and squared. It could be more open if you need. It could be bottom leg extended. Listen to your body, please. Find the shape that's right for you. This is a big pose. Flex the feet. Press hands into the balls of the feet. Push the balls of the feet back into the hands so that you really feel that isometric pressure helping to spin thighs out, back, and away, making some space in the sacrum. Pelvic bowl pours forward. Reach the heart forward. Maybe you rest the elbows on the ankle and knee. Maybe use a block or elbows and fists. Stack up. Rest your forehead. Bow in. Again, I highly encourage finding a rest for the forehead so the neck relaxes. Soften your jaw. And let these signals from the head and the neck of being held, supported, soft, and relaxed follow through the body. There's still some muscular action in the feet and legs to help support the opening of the hips, but we melt and soften around that. In the nose, out the mouth, deep, full breaths, another 4 or so. And follow any exhale to come up. And again, shake your legs out, unwinding. Windshield wiper, feel your body. And then sense into what's next for you. Maybe you want to come right into Shavasana, maybe a meditation seat, or any supported final resting pose. Happy baby, what would you like on the way there? Take your awareness inward. Feel your breath. Listen to your breath. Your breath always knows what to do. Listen to your breath and find your final resting shape, meditation, or supported Shavasana, simply corpse pose, giving your body back to the earth. That's what we're going to have to do one day. So we practice as we practice celebrating the fullness of the body while we're alive here and now. And then we also practice the letting go, the big letting go. Once you find your final resting shape, if there's any residual busyness, inhale and squeeze, 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 and exhale, melt, melt, melt. Let your muscles and bones be heavy, soft, relaxed. Give your body to the earth. Feel that you are held and supported, nourished, whole and healed as part of this earth, ever changing and renewing. And open your heart and mind to the sky. Remember yourself, vast, infinite, undefinable. I am that. Simply notice the rise and fall of breath, and the rise and fall of perception. Notice the space between and beyond. And allow your awareness to effortless expand into that spaciousness. I encourage you to stay resting or in meditation as long as you like. When you're ready to return to your day or whatever's next for you, gently guide your awareness back to your breath. Notice the subtleties of breath, the little turbine of the nostrils, the fine hairs at the entrance. And see if you can sense the spiraling of the breath through the nostrils, down through your throat, and into your body, deep into your core, into your root. And as you exhale the warmth of your life force, your breath rising back up and out to meet the sky, to meet the trees, the dolphins, the seas, to come back to you as your breath, and to be offered back to the stars. Invite your breath to be deep and full and delicious. Like you're making love with the breath. Draw it in as fully as you can. Give back as fully as you can. Fully dancing with this breath. Fully riding the waves of receiving and letting go in life. Let the breath become so deep and full and connected to your heart's yes. Breathe and repeat your heart's yes, I am. And wiggle and sparkle and spiral that through your body as inspired, and begin to stretch and reach the arms long and feel your fullness. Breathe your body bright. Whenever you're ready to, bring your feet back to the earth, knees bent, roll back to one side, let your bottom arm be your pillow and the top arm hug into your knees, and pause. Thank you, body. Thank you, body. And thank you, self, for showing up today for all layers of being, with courage, with kindness, with curiosity. With awareness inward again for a moment here, breathe and repeat your mantra as you inhale and drape up. Awareness inward, neck soft, eyes closed, coming back to any seat if you're not in one when you're ready. And as inspired, maybe again holding your heart or your belly and your heart. Feel into the aliveness that's present for you right now. What's moved or changed since we began practice today? Thank you, body. Thank you, divine, great mystery, for this breath. Thank you for this breath, this one precious gift of breath. Thank you. May we remember to take pause throughout our days, especially when things are stressful, and notice the breath. And if we're holding or gripping around the breath, things are going to feel even more stressful. Even if when you breathe deep and full, you're closer to crying or cracking or whatever it might be, feel it if and when you can. Feel it. It will move and change that way. When we suppress it and grip, it doesn't. It grows and changes until we don't know why we're stuck and stiff and depressed or anxious. And so feel what you can when you can. Breathe as deep and full as you can, as long and slow and delicious as you can, as often as you can. Treasure this gift of life. If you will, join me one great Om, vibrating with the vibration of all that is, the vibration of consciousness, the oneness of being, and then one Hring, the Vija mantra of your heart, that sound of becoming. unfolding into your fullness in where we press pinkies and thumbs and blossom that lotus of your being open. Exhale and empty. Inhale your heart's yes. Om. Ring. And imagine that openness, that fullness, that courageous offering that you idealize when it's right for you. Reach that up to the sky, blossom it open, rippling it out around you. And take pause to bow into yourself, honoring that light within you and that very same light within all beings. Namaste. And to the earth, Jai Ma. Yay, Mama. Thank you. Thank you all for practicing. Thank you for practicing with me. I'm grateful for your presence and for your offerings. I am happy to share this practice with you. And if you've enjoyed it and benefited from it and are able to give back in any way, I welcome that because this is my work. So Venmo Lucid Dawn or PayPal Lucid Dawn at Gmail, also Apple and Cash App and all the things. But you can reach out to me with questions or comments at any point on YouTube, Facebook, or my website, Lucid Yoga, Lucid Yoga and Movement. Have a wonderful day or weekend or night, whatever it is for you. Drink lots of water. And I'm going to say bye to our live streaming crowd. And I'm here for the Zoom folks if you have anything you'd like to share.